Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Taylor, and I'm here with some Third Life fan art. So if you don't know what it is, I have videos that I'm referencing for these pictures linked in the description. I would show scenes where they're from, but I don't really want to take the time to do that, quite frankly, and all that stuff. I'll just have them linked. It's a really good series with a lot of great YouTubers, and it's really funny, and, although some of the episodes are kind of long, I would recommend you check them out, if you haven't. But I'm assuming if you're here, you already know what it is. Nonetheless, I would like to explain what each one is inspired by. This scene is, an interaction between Solidary Gaming, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, and S Major, where Solidary tosses over his poppy while getting to S Major while clearing out his pockets. In which a little conversation goes on, to which he quote-unquote confesses his love for the poppy, and after drawing out the sketch, it made me think of the silly song from VeggieTales, Barber Manatee. And I knew I had to take my inspiration from that. And I found this beautiful picture, or scene in the song, or I think I just looked it up and I saw it, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is a picture we need to take inspiration from. And so I did that. And just so you know, I was like, I'm pretty sure it was like right before my church was starting up their service, and I was just drawing. I'm this type of person who brings their device in because I have to be there early. So, I was just sitting around and drawing this while thinking of VeggieTales. Yeah. That just tells you what type of person I am. But yeah, I thought it would be funny, and so, have this whole idea out. I spent about, 3.5 hours on it over the course of 3 days. I mostly did it on Tuesday, though. I worked the hardest on Tuesday and got through all the coloring and stuff. And honestly, once I was done drawing in the characters, I'm like, I really don't want to do the background, but it looks kind of bare. And so I went on to try to draw perspective lines to do the flooring, because it was didn't have enough of that Barber Manatee feel, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna just kind of copy the design of it. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna, I'm not making money off of this, so I guess it's fine. I had a lot of trouble, actually. I don't know perspective lines, so I didn't know what I was doing, and it might look terrible, and if somebody has any clue how I should fix it, please tell me for future reference so that I'm not drawing squares terribly. I don't know. I couldn't do it, and I did the best I could, but honestly, I was getting tired of it. Then I proceeded to do the walls and the back behind the door. But it still looked kind of boring, and so and there wasn't really anything to shade or anything like that, and it was just you have these characters that are nicely done, and then you've got this whole area. So I tried to fill it in with some of the art that was actually in the room that Larry danced around with his manatee. And so I did that, and I think I like it, though. Next up, though, is the drawing of Zombie Cleo, which is taken from the time she started taking damage from a tree. They say she was about to die, but she really wasn't that close to death. Now it has been named by Impulse getting Cleo'd anytime one of them almost dies from a tree. I like that. I like that name. I think it's funny. Getting Cleo'd. But yeah, it's a scene that was predicted by, or assumed by, one commenter that it's probably going to get memed, and that's probably true. But it hasn't been that long since episode 1. There's already been fan work. I'm not the first one to do this, as assumed, since the fan base is going to be all over this. But you know what? I'm going to do what I can, and I'm going to put in my own art. And I figured I'd take my own, I would take liberties with each drawing, so it's not going to be copying the scene, because we've already watched the video. We don't need to see it going on again. I'd like to see it, like, I'd like to take the scene and then put little twists on it, you know, or, you know, things like this, just keeping her head poking out of a tree. It kind of looks creepy, if you think about it, like, her head's just of the stump. I don't know. Overall, I wasn't crazy about the drawing. It took me not long enough that I felt satisfied, but it is what it is. And yeah, that was that one. But, here's our final piece of art. This one took me 5.5 hours. And that's only because I made mistakes here and there. As you can tell, this is the drawing in which Scar dies, where Grian pranks Scar with a creeper, and it leads to his demise. No pun intended. Yeah, I had fun drawing this one, but I felt kind of like, I want to get this done for Saturday's video kind of mindset. Mind you, I did most of this yesterday, so Friday. I started it Thursday night, 10 to 11. I was working on it. And that's rough. That's a rough estimate right there. It was about an hour, though. And then I came back on Friday. It was probably around lunchtime I started working on it again, just because I was like, had to do school and stuff. I have a life. I can't always draw, although that would be really nice if I could. So I did that. I tried to draw it off and on. So yeah, it was kind of hard trying to fit it all in, and I was being pulled at by Caitlin to play Minecraft because we now have Java Edition, and she wants to play it a lot. So I've actually been interrupted already during the voiceover because she wants to play, as to be assumed. But yeah, it took me a while, and I was thinking I probably won't finish it, but I did finish it last night at like 10 o'clock. That's fun. So about 24 hours, I did 5.5 hours of drawing. So talking about the drawing in itself, I actually liked how Scar turned out. But, Etho, as you can tell, I messed up on his body there. I didn't get the proportions and depth right. I asked my friend if I should fix it or not, and she said she probably would. I didn't like the idea of fixing it, but I was just like, you know what, I'd probably prefer it otherwise, and I'm glad I changed it. Okay, I'm trying to see what's, okay, that's what's going on. I know in a minute. Okay, yeah, I see it now. So, I had to do this, and I know it might seem kind of strange, the way it kind of zoomed in like that. That's because I'm doing a picture-in-picture with the video. So I accidentally drew the creeper. So I made a copy when I was trying to fix Etho and the depth problem. And so I made a copy of the picture, and I fixed it on the new one, and then on the old one I drew the creeper. And so I had to go screen record where I drew the creeper, and then I just copy and pasted the picture, or the part I did of the layer I did the creeper on, and moved it over to, you know, the correct drawing, the one I was using. So yeah, that was fun. I was kind of upset that I made that mistake. But yeah, I think it looks fine, though. And then we move on to the background. My family was actually watching something while I was doing it, and my dad didn't really like that I was drawing during it, but, you know, it was just, I had to get this done. I couldn't just put it down. And so I listened to a show while I drew. And I was actually worried about drawing the building. I wasn't sure how it would turn out, and I wasn't sure about how it should look and all that, but I think it ended up pretty good. Then the tree. I understand that the tree was burned down, around the time that Scar died, he had already burnt it. But, like I said before, I take liberties. I like how it turned out, and I'm happy with it. Oh my goodness, it took so long. And I did this all in 1 week. I'm very happy that I got this done. And, you know, I actually really want to do more fan art because the new series, I love it so much, and I want to make more fan art for the future. So yeah, that's it for this week. I won't be making a Minecraft video this week. Might next week. Don't hold me on that. I might be busy playing Java for a while. Yeah, so thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I've been working on this week. Yeah, this is Taylor, signing off.